Good morning, everybody. How are we today? It's another wonderful Thursday with Business Development TVTT.
All right.
I'm getting feedback. Sorry,
Oh, sorry. I get so excited
iPhones.
about doing the video. I forget the headphones. So sorry.
That's all right. But September, we're talking about, again, continuing. Yes, here we go. Here we go. Live. Yes, I did. Live for another episode of BDTV. And in September, we're talking about your low e-commerce sales. Yeah, it's a problem, right? And we want to help you. I'm hearing you. You're sounding squeaky. Okay, so how about take out the headphones for now and I will mute when you're speaking. I can't hear you. So today's topic, let's go on, is you're confusing who's the boss in your company. Oh, and we lost at the stream. There we go. You hear me?
Hello? Can you hear me
Yes.
now?
Yes, we hear you loud and clear. Great.
You could hear me?
Yes.
All right. Great.
You're hearing.
I'm not hearing you.
Oh dear.
Lovely technology. I love
I
it.
know it works all the time. Let me try this. Hearing me now?
All right. Hearing you. Okay. All right. So it's now 256. Okay. Cool. All right. Sorry about that technical, but that's just life within the technical
In
world.
the digital world. And we just roll with it, right? You test, you try. You try something that didn't work, you try this, that didn't work, all right? And your low e-commerce sales are probably that you've been trying something, but you don't want to change what you've been trying. You don't want to test and see what's the other thing that you should be doing. So today's topic, Bernie and I, we're going to be talking about, again, your low e-commerce sales, but what are you confusing in your brain? All right. You're the
And
boss
when
of
it's
your
confused in your
business.
brain, that's when you execute even more confused.
Fused. Yes. Right. So you're the boss of your business. You're the boss of your company. But who owns your profits? The
The,
customer.
the customer.
The customer owns your profits. So you could say, I'm running my business this way till the cows come home or the hills, whatever they're saying. I can't
Oh,
remember.
until the cows turn purple.
Or until the cows. Right. Until the cows turn purple. But you're not going to keep your profits if you don't tend to your customers. And that's what we're going to kind of dive into today on this episode of
Business
BD,
Development TVTT.
BDTVTT.
BDTVTT.
I'll
All
get it.
right. So
December 31st, I'll have it.
we're going to set up this scenario this week. Digging into your why it is that salesmen from yesteryear who used to go door to door, some had great sales, some had fantastic, massive ROIs for their companies, and the majority did not. All right. What did those successful door to door salesmen do? How were they being? They were sharp. They understood the needs of their customers, sharpened their sales skills daily, and they knew their customers by name. They knew their children's name. They knew the pets' names.
They knew
So,
everything about you. Yeah.
kind of okay because they were door to door. They were regular in the neighborhood, etc. So the customer in those days was the woman, the housewife, and he needed to know and understand her higher needs that she never told anyone. All right, he needed to know the needs of his customers very deeply, and So what exactly and how he presented his what you might call it, his product or service that he was selling, appealed to the buyer in front of him. All right. Now, in today's world, well, how did that salesman now get replaced? Like I said before, the majority just brought in expenses, and the few successful salesmen brought in massive ROI.
Massive, all right. But it wasn't enough to keep the door-to-door salesman out there.
Correct.
And
Because, in a sense, nobody wanted to delve deeply into what was making that door-to-door salesman successful. No, and also it was very difficult to train the non-successful salesmen to do like the successful salesman. Humans are humans. We are difficult. We don't want to change. So, what did the boss man do? The boss man decided to look for cheaper ways of advertising and marketing his goods and services. So he turned to flyers, and then he turned to newspaper ads. And long story short, jumping into today's digital world, the boss man is now looking for advertising on Facebook and Google and everywhere else on other social platforms. It has never been so easy, so cheap, and so immediate to do and to get results from your advertising. It's never been cheaper than to put up $5 and get 20,000 views on your flyer.
Yeah, you can get eyeballs on your offers.
You can.
Yeah, but it's like taking a airplane over a neighborhood and dropping all those flyers. You know,
Yeah.
Who's gonna buy? Oh, who's really gonna catch the flyer from the sky, look at it, and make a decision?
Flyer and read the flyer and then come to you and buy from you. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. So it's pretty much the same impact, I would say.
Well, what also happened is that because many housewives, many households kind of got so many flyers in the mail, it got the term junk mail. And where does junk go?
In the trash.
In the trash. All right.
So then all your advertising dollars went in the trash.
So therefore people stopped doing flyers. But then when digital came out, they took their flyers and they put it in people's inboxes and on their social channels. It's doing the same thing. People are just scrolling past you.
Yes.
So what is the major mistake the boss is missing is that the customer is in charge. The customer is in charge because you're not giving them what they want and you're not making them feel special. So brings us to the big problem to today. Customers are bombarded with ads and deals and sales and codes and coupons, etc., etc., etc. So how today what is happening is the companies are non-trusting of the advertising agencies. Consumers are non-trusting of companies and their promises. And consumers and companies are totally guarding their cash and their savings because that's what's happening right now.
Yeah.
Christmas is coming soon. We want to give you results, okay? But that window of opportunity is closing faster and faster by the day, the longer you take to get on board in terms of giving the customer what they want and making them feel special. So how to advertise without paying for eyeballs and clicks? The first secret is in stopping the scroll. You have to be able to stop the scroll. And the next step after that is to get them to take action, to get them closer to you. All right. But there is a time frame, that there is a timing in the process. If you jump or model one in front of the other, it's going to cause problems. All right. Successful digital marketing companies do not start with advertising. You've got to dig into
What the
what
customer
the
wants.
customer wants and how you are going to make them feel special.
Yeah.
Because every business satisfies a different type of need of the customer. Some want status, some want appreciation, some want faster to be able to do whatever their task is to get it done faster. And some just want time freedom. Those are the highest ultimate desires of a consumer. So what exactly does your product do for your consumers? All right, gotta dig deep into that. So why is it that advertising is the biggest ever advertising medium that's totally ignored? It's ignored because the consumer has the power of the
opt-out button, right?
well, the click
opt-out
button. Yes, they can scroll past you, they can opt out, or they can click to go towards your next step.
Yes, consumers, and as we said, the consumers are the ones that hold your profit. They are the ones that will make your flyer or your advertising on the digital platforms either make it for you or not. And yeah.
They're the ones who are in charge of giving you the ROI that you want your flyer or your ad to do. Now, in order to have the right copy, the right images, and the right reaction from your consumers, you have to think of the first step is stopping that scroll.
Yes.
You don't want the scroll to happen. So that's the first thing. And so therefore what we're saying today, what we want to do today is to keep your creative thinking cap on and keep it juiced up. So we're going to, if you hit the comment below the video and hit and say, keep my creative juice happening, we will send you that PDF to help you keep yourself in the creative mode. If you're the brand manager, if you're the marketing manager, I'm sure that you will love that solution. Anyway, why are people confusing their advertising and marketing? And you have to understand that anywhere from 50 to 70% of the sale happens before they land on your landing page. All right. So that's where the trust is built in the marketing. And then, so why is it that people are not getting the results from Facebook and Google? Is because they're using brand marketing strategies on Facebook and Google. On Facebook and Google, the pull is different, but the reaction is the same. They're not there looking exactly for you. All right. You have to give them what they want first. And that's why in particular in Google, the headline is absolutely important. In Facebook, it's a little less loose on the headline. It is very much important, but you have to present it differently.
Yeah.
Because in Facebook, they're not looking for you. They're not looking to buy a product or solve a problem. But the problem is there. It's at the back of their head. It's bothering them. Yes. So you need to focus on how to stop the scroll. And then see your headline. All right.
One of the most successful skincare campaigns that I remember seeing was an image of an elephant. Hey, it stopped the scroll. And it was, the image of this elephant. And the headline then was, does your skin sometimes feel like this?
Yeah. Because when you look at the elephant skin, you automatically feel dry.
Yeah.
And I remember growing up, I looking at my dad's hand when he was cooking one day, and I was like, wow, look at his skin, you know. And now I'm looking at my skin, and I'm like, oh dear. More so in the hand. It tends to show up in the arms first.
Yes,
But
yes.
anyway, and us women tend to try very much to hold it off on the face, right? So if you're looking to find new ways to focus on your consumer, to really dig into how to focus on your consumer, how to change your marketing message, to stop the scroll, you're gonna have to give us a call, because everybody's service, everybody's product is
It's
unique,
different.
and we
Yes.
can't give it here. So give us a call. Your first hour is on us, but it starts with you giving us a call. All right. So brand marketing and Facebook and Google. So how does brand marketing not work on Facebook? How do you use Facebook and Google properly to get the sale? First, you have to stop the scroll. Second, you have to cause a reaction. And third, you need to make the click count.
Easy. Yeah.
Of course, you have to make it easy, but when you have to
Make
the click count. All right.
Yes.
And so the purpose of that click, when they land, wherever you send them to land, you must make it easy for them to message you.
Yeah.
Make it easy for them to call you. Make it easy for them to quickly buy without interruptions what they came for, and to allow them to quickly book your consultation or service,
or whatever your service. Yes.
Book the appointment. It must be like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Easy. All right.
And sometimes the reaction, because I know we said stop the scroll, right? The first thing is to stop the scroll. If you can't stop the scroll, and this is where you need to reach out to us, because we've got those creative ideas to help you figure out how to first stop that scroll. Remember the example with the elephant? We're not looking for elephants on Facebook, but when you see a picture of an elephant, you're kind of curious and you want to know what's this about. All right. And then it causes a reaction. That reaction doesn't necessarily mean an action, but as we said, going back to your customer, you got to create some emotion in your customers, all right, or potential customers for that matter. And then take them somewhere, not like your homepage where it's all about you and all about your company, but take them to where it matters, the cart page, the sales page, whatever the case may be.
Excellent. So I know most businesses want their customers to find them, and they don't know how else to get people to find them. So that's why they think brand marketing or brand awareness, or everybody needs to know about me, and if they know about me, then they will buy. And yes and no, it depends. But anyway, so if and when people do find you, and if and when they do buy from you, how do you get more of those people to come to you? Okay, that's where the feedback happens. That's where you need to have them reach out to you. You have to reach out to the people who have bought from you and find out a little bit more about them.
Right? Don't have your customers always chasing you,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So where was I going with that? Oh, okay, right. So, and then the other way that you can find out about your consumer is knowing the data that you have. Most people look to data from big data and so forth. And yes, that works, but data from companies that collect data is what we call past data. The probability of that past data predicting future data, future actions of your consumers. Well, COVID-19 proved it, right? All that data gone out the window.
It's but like anyway, nothing relevant there anymore.
The best data is the data that's on your website. and on your social platform. So that's why we purport doing social audits and doing your website audits. All right. And then to find out where it is that people are falling off, it's called website scans. And we can tell you, we can find out for you where the kinks and the blocks and so forth is happening on your website. Google Analytics is very rich in data, but if you don't ask Google to record the data that you want, it's not going to give it to you. So exactly. Number of views, number of visitors, similar to Facebook views and impressions on a post is not as relevant as before. All right, got to dig deeper and get closer to the sale. Where's the sale happening? The sale is happening when you find out more about your consumers that buying from you. And one of the data I researched this week is that when you cause an interruption, when someone lands on your website, when someone is on Facebook, when that person is interrupted, the probability of them finishing their journey has been dropped off by 5 to 15%. All right. So celebrate that you have 5,000 visitors on your website, but you need to figure out how to get that percentage of that 5,000 to increase by them finishing the cart. And finishing the cart is not always a sale. It's also a phone call. All right.
Or an opt-in. Yes.
Yes. Yeah, an opt-in. Filling out the contact form on your website.
Yeah. And then it's important that you follow up because the money's in the follow-up.
Correct. And what's our timing like?
We got about 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Okay, time for the wrap. Okay. So we want you to get the idea that your boss is important. He does make major decision makers. If you're the brand manager and the marketing manager, the boss is important. You need to execute his desires, but the person who controls the profit is the consumer. So you need to talk to the consumer. You need to give the consumer more of what they want, and you need to figure out how to get that consumer to click more on your website to come to you. You need to be able to put posts up on your Facebook pages, Instagram, etc., to get them to stop the scroll, to get them to take action, to react. You need to that message in your post needs to cause attention, but also tension, meaning a desire to buy from you.
Yeah.
All right. And that's when they keep moving forward and keep moving forward. And we talked about that on our great webinar to grease that slide constantly. Keep that slide well greased and make sure that they're constantly moving forward, moving closer to you, moving closer to the opt-in, fill out the form, call you.
The call or the completion of cart.
Or complete the cart. All right. So definitely marketing managers, if you're looking for how to keep the creative juices going, comment below with
more info. Let's not make it hard.
I forgot the code.
More info.
Keep the creative juices. Keep the creative juices. All right. So don't start with the ad. Start with digging deeper into your marketing message and connect more with your consumers. All right. And that's the success of a door-to-door salesman.
In the digital world.
Yes. In the digital world.
All right. Have a great day, everybody.
Bye now.
See you next week. Bye-bye.